Hello team, welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video with myself, John, and MS Pitts. This is a bit of an update of what one of the things I've been up to today, stopping at a site with Greg. Excuse my mic, the sound, everything's a bit funky, the internet's not great, and also the sound on the video I'm going to show you, we just got my camera out, couldn't attach the mic to my other camera, it's just my little camera, and the wind was blowing against it, so I do apologize for that. I've got lots of footage, and Pierre's got a huge amount of footage, and this is just one I quickly did, and so it's easy to share with you. I would love to share things more in a more timely fashion with you. It's just at the moment it's quite difficult with the nature of traveling and how to travel. Anyway, excuse the sound, but I thought this story would be pertinent and a reminder of what has happened in the past and what will no doubt continue to happen while Russia are still wreaking havoc around Ukraine. Anyway, take care, everyone, and speak to you soon. The only other thing to mention is that in the video you're about to see, there is a building that's destroyed, and it was destroyed by Russian tanks. This was a very deliberate action from the Russians. It's not a missile that's gone astray or been taken down by air defenses. This was a deliberate strike or number of strikes on a building with carrying civilians in order to terrorize and kill. The intention was to terrorize the local population by killing them to some degree. And so this was a very deliberate targeting of a residential building. So Greg's going to tell us a little bit about the story of this building and how he came to know about what happened, all these buildings.
Okay. You're recording or taking a photo?
I'm recording.
Beautiful. So guys, let me tell you about this story that never made the news. There's never been a news reporter here. There's never been anything here. If you look there, Johnny, you see on that wall above that door over there a candle. Below that, in Ukrainian, it says, "We will remember." Okay, so there's the beginning of the story. So this is one block of a building. And in this building, there were 55 people living in these apartments. 55 total. And you can see that this open space here is not a division between two buildings, but this was actually a continuation of the building, the apartments. And if you come a little bit this way, Johnny, be careful stepping. You see this basement here? This hall?
Yep.
Okay, so here, when the Russian tanks were rolling, the people living in this building, this was not, of course, not military, zero. It was not any secret laboratory. They had hung flags out on their buildings saying civilians only, children only. In fact, if you swing around here, you can see the children's own playground. And they had all their flags out, and 55 people were in this basement. And I'll wait for you to swing back around. 55 people were in this basement. The Russian tanks rolled in right behind the building. The flags are out. The people are in there huddling and scared. They destroyed the building. This building dropped on it and killed 52 of the 55 in an instant. 3 people survived. How do I know this story? Because I was here right after it happened, after Zoom was liberated. And the lady that lived on the 4th floor there, so it would be the floor below the sofa, came running out to me and says, "What are you doing here?" And I said, and we were speaking Russian, and I said, I'm here to help tell the world what's really happening. And she actually stood about where we're standing and told me the entire story of what happened here. So that's how I know. And nobody, this is not posted anywhere. This is not, you know, this is why Johnny often tells you guys, and I tell you in other reliable sources, that the numbers of civilians that have been killed is way beyond any imagination. And when you keep hearing the words genocide, and then media that is off base will say, "Oh, well, it's not the true definition of genocide." They're full of it, guys. They're killing people indiscriminately. If you come a little bit further, Johnny, I want to show you something that at that point I'll stop talking, because when you come to this point, there's no more talking, and you'll understand why in a moment we're not there. So you can see, of course, the building burns, and you can see here the artwork. We come around this tree with the hands and the souls going to heaven. Okay, all the people killed here in an instant. If you come a little further, and then we'll stop the talking. Come here and let the camera do the work. Now, be careful right here because there's a step up. There you go. So right here, there's no more talking. So there, we paid our respects. There are 5 pictures, but scattered around this building. Over there, there's a lot more pictures that are under the snow. All 52 people's photos are here, and this is a special place that nobody knows about unless I'm here or you're here.
It's about reminding people that this has happened. Our memories are, unfortunately, not great. We forget things quickly, and things have happened in this war that we forget, or we're not aware of. It's a terrible thing, and we can't let it continue.
Let me ask you one question as I'll help you off this step here. What's your emotion when you see a building like this and the story I tell you?
There's obvious sadness in this, but then, you know, the different stages of grief turn to anger and then frustration that, you know, the world looks on and 2 years later this is still continuing, and by rights it shouldn't still be continuing. And then, you know, that's when I get angry. We all have to do something about this. Thank you for bringing me here, Greg. Appreciate that.